You probably missed the moment when immunologist Derya Unutmaz, a professor at the Jackson Laboratory, basically asked humanity to not die for the next 10 years. Because, according to him, within this exact period, a technology will appear that can return even 80-year-olds to the biological age of 20. He specifically noted, this isn't a wild guess, but a factual statement based on breakthroughs we already have. And of course, just like in every major scientific advance today, artificial intelligence plays a key role here. But can AI truly make us immortal? What other technologies have broken out of stagnation thanks to neural networks and language models? As you've probably guessed, in the next couple of minutes, we'll explain everything and show you 7 future technologies that AI will help unlock. Let's start right at the source, with medicine. As the saying goes, everything in life is optional as long as you're healthy. And this is where AI opens a whole new branch of personalized drugs, implants, and even cancer therapies. Some of these techs already work. Take a condition known in Eastern Europe as Martin-Bell syndrome and worldwide as Fragile X syndrome. It affects roughly 1 in 4 to 6,000 children, and it's extremely serious. A mutation on the X chromosome disrupts the production of the FMRP protein, which is crucial for brain development and neural connections. As a result, IQ often stays below 50, autism is common, and there are recognizable facial features. The main problem in treating such conditions is money. Aside from major pharma companies, no one touches them, and single drug development can cost anywhere from $200 million to $2 billion. It's fine when we're talking about a pill that billions of people will buy. It pays for itself. But rarer, low-profit diseases? Nobody wants to fund them. We can barely deal with cancer. Forget about rare syndromes. And then a startup called HealX stepped in. They developed drugs using AI, and their HLX0201, created through gene analysis algorithms, has already been approved by the FDA and is now in phase 2 clinical trials. All of this in just 18 months and with minimal investment. Under traditional conditions, even with hundreds of millions, the process would take 5 years or more. And that's only the beginning. In Silico Medicine built a molecule targeting pulmonary fibrosis in the same 18 months using AI. And it's also in phase 2. Tempus uses artificial intelligence to create personalized cancer treatments tailored to a patient's genetics and biology. Doctors have already praised the method. Survival rates jumped by 20%. But the furthest progress came from AlphaFold. Engineers at Google DeepMind's spin-off learned to predict 3D protein structures, which means they can design drugs perfectly tuned to one person's liver, lungs, or heart, and that person's unique protein patterns. All these startups confidently claim that as AI continues to advance, a scenario where you visit a clinic, get some tests done, and receive pills 3D printed specifically for you is not science fiction. It's simply the near future.
Now to the second technology, also about protection, but this time on a planetary scale. AI is already helping shield us from cosmic threats, and in the future, it will warn us about them with near-perfect accuracy. Have you heard of Comet 3i Atlas? The one Harvard astronomers initially joked might be an alien spacecraft? In reality, it's just the third recorded interstellar object to enter our solar system. Scientists are studying it actively, but what matters for us is the name. Why is it called Atlas instead of a discoverer's surname like Churyumov-Gerasimenko, Ali, or Borisov? Because it was discovered by the AI-driven Atlas system, a fully robotic network of telescopes that constantly scans the sky while neural networks analyze images and search for new objects. And they do it hundreds, sometimes thousands of times faster than any human. For comparison, the second interstellar object, Comet Borisov, was found by Gennady Borisov, an amateur astronomer. Not because scientists missed it, but because space is enormous and there simply aren't enough people. NASA even officially recruits volunteers to help find exoplanets. With AI, things change dramatically. That same Atlas detected at least 6 potentially dangerous asteroids this year, mere hours before their close approach to Earth. For now, it's just hours, but that's temporary. The technology is already mature. More telescopes, more computing power, and instead of hours, we'll have days, weeks, or even months of warning. And in such situations, every second counts. Just ask the dinosaurs. The third technology where AI is expected to spark a breakthrough is superconductors, something most people associate with clickbait videos of a scientist wiring a TV into a car. Doesn't sound important at first, but imagine shaving 10 to 30% off your electricity bill simply by replacing old wires with more efficient ones. That's how much energy is currently lost during transmission.
Electricity travels from a power plant to a substation, then to your neighborhood, then to the breaker panel, then to the outlet, and only post that it reaches your phone. And at every stage, massive amounts of energy are lost, and we're the ones who pay for it. Physics is unforgiving. There's no such thing as a perpetual motion machine. But there are workarounds. Back in 1911, Heikki Kammerling-Onnes discovered that near absolute zero, mercury's electrical resistance drops almost to zero. That's how superconductivity was born, and the global race began. But no one needs a charger for a smartphone that works only at negative 270 degrees centigrade. So scientists have spent decades trying to create a superconductor that is first made of safe materials, and second works at room temperature. It's incredibly difficult. Just 10 atoms of niobium and tungsten in a crystal lattice already form a million possible combinations, and that's without symmetry taken into account. Simulating and testing all these options in search of the perfect superconductor is a nightmare. But in May 2025, MIT reported that with the help of AI, they created a superconductor that is also magnetic. Because AI doesn't brute force billions of samples, it looks for underlying patterns. And MIT is not alone. In a January 2025 issue of Nature, researchers published 10 candidate materials for superconductors proposed by AI. With such tools, a cheap, mass-produced superconductor is only a matter of time. And that means compact MRI machines, cheap medical scans, smartphones that don't bake themselves, and batteries that survive past the evening. The fourth technology is a completely new generation of smart games. At first glance, nothing special, but scientists disagree. Countless studies show that games improve fine motor skills and cognitive abilities in children, and help adults reduce anxiety and stress. And professionals like surgeons and pilots also train in simulators. Games literally teach them. So should we underestimate an entirely new genre of gaming? A genre where the story, characters, and entire world are created and reshaped instantly based on the player's choices. It's like GTA, but with limitless freedom. A pilot can rehearse an international flight, a kid can build a black hole model, and grow into a future scientist. NVIDIA, AI-powered Replicate, and others already offer early steps toward this world. A truly realistic Minecraft is not far away. And Elon Musk believes in the fifth breakthrough just as strongly. It's AI as well, but far more advanced. An intelligence that's not dumber than a human. The long-awaited AGI, capable of performing tasks at or above human level. It's the El Dorado everyone is chasing to strike gold first. The rivalry is so intense that Mark Zuckerberg reportedly spent $15 billion just to hire AI prodigy Alexander Wan.
And then, according to insiders, Zuckerberg gave another anonymous AI genius a contract worth $1 billion per year. The sums floating around the AGI race are genuinely insane. Right now, the average prediction for the arrival of true human-level AI is somewhere between 2030 and 2050. The range is huge, but the fact that almost no one denies the fundamental possibility of creating such a system, that alone is a warning sign. What would such an intelligence mean for humanity? That's our sixth technology, and the only one from the social sphere. You've surely noticed a funny pattern in the news. Whenever someone says AI took their job, it's almost always a high-paid worker. Google fires entire teams of top managers and engineers. Hollywood studios panic because fan-made AI Star Wars videos already look better than their own output. And the loudest complaints don't come from freelance copywriters. They come from millionaire screenwriters. All because of the strange paradox we're already witnessing. People assume that once AI took off, low-paid workers would be the first to disappear and money would simply flow upward. But reality so far looks the opposite. Junior programmers are still needed. AI messes up too many details. But department heads, who mostly shuffle tasks and sit on calls, suddenly akazalis zamieniami, because AI already handles the responsibilities fairly well. Of course, there are exceptions, plenty of them. But we're talking not about today, but about the moment AGI finally appears.
and more signs suggest that the final boss of AI development will be social inequality. A true artificial intelligence, if it ever emerges, could actually reduce that inequality, because that Will Smith meme was wrong. AI can't easily compose a Beethoven-level symphony or write poetry like Pushkin, but it won't install a toilet gasket. Using a priceless synthetic mind for such tasks simply won't be profitable. So we get a paradox. It's far easier to replace a top manager shuffling papers on Zoom calls than a plumber like Stepan Petrovich. And that directly affects salaries and career stability. No wonder the US has the new trend. Tech workers are sending their kids into construction, engineering, and plumbing. They sense which way the wind is blowing. And finally, the last technology on our list, but certainly not the least, the one we started with, immortality. And yes, progress is already happening. We touched on it earlier when discussing medicine. But to reinforce it, in a decade of modern biology, scientists manually identify around 180,000 protein structures using X-ray crystallography and microscopes. In 2021, AlphaFold predicted 350,000 structures in a single week. And in 2022, DeepMind expanded the database to 200 million proteins. Essentially, we've beaten biology like a video game on 100% completion. Now it's about understanding how to use what we've unlocked. One protein might cure COVID, another might slow Alzheimer's, and another might rejuvenate the human body. And here's the key. This isn't a distant sci-fi scenario. All this data already exists in databases, and AI is already analyzing it. So who knows? Maybe Derya Unutmaz will turn out to be right after all. Share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next wave of breakthroughs.